friends, it's me Daisy back again. Hope you're doing swell. You sure do look well. And my golly, it's so good to see you. I have a question for you today, and this is for anyone that is interested in the Idaho 4. If you're interested in the Idaho 4, then just let's hang out, and if not, keep scrolling. I think that I know something. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I think Kohlberger is trolling from jail. Yeah, I think so. I think he is, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's funny to me. I know this is messed up because here, listen. When you go into like the paperwork and you see how like none of this makes sense, literally none of it, it really does make it hard to believe that BK was the only perpetrator, if a perpetrator at all. Genuinely, I've never gotten that vibe. I've genuinely gotten getaway driver at most, outside circle at most, and that's why he's being pulled into this. I think that this dude either lent that sheath and thing to one of the ladies for protection because maybe they're in that city and it might be a small town, but guys who care about females, they want to protect them. And so I've been given methods of protection while I'm out and about, at night alone. And also because I was traveling a lot, like when you run on planes and you travel a lot and you're in like across the country, it's a whole nother world and you do have to be prepared. I'm pretty sure I got this one right, so hang out with me for a bit, like, sub, hit that bell, comment. It all means a whole lot, and I appreciate y'all being here. So I think that Brian Kohlberger's personality, like, again, detach yourself from the entire story, okay? Pretend like you did not get fed fodder from media and news outlets. That's literal BS, the majority of it, okay? Like, this is just, we have to get back to logical thinking. I don't get it. I don't get when listen, I'm somebody who lives with my head's in the clouds, okay? I get it. But like the fact that people can't even do the bare minimum of sorting this out and finding the facts for themselves, that's a bit frustrating at times, genuinely. So anyways, consider this. Consider BK is just an orbiter or like an outsider, right? Like I feel like people who have like grit and life experience, they see Ryan Kohlberger as just that, a neurodivergent person who's quirky and is a close talker and maybe doesn't recognize personal space as much because social norms is not in their wheelhouse. Like, there's so many people in places of care that just don't care. And all it takes is like one or two therapists to look at him and have 2 or 3 sessions and you'll get a good grasp. You'll say, this is what I'm seeing the most. These are common behaviors. Even within this small limited time, this is my conclusion, right? Like it's pretty basic. But first, because this is alternative media and we must poo-poo the news, we must, because mainstream media is a lie. And I do believe that that one TikTok, you guys, side quest being, we're going to do it. That one TikTok, the one epic TikTok. I thought, here we go, another TikTok to waste like 15 seconds of my life that I'll never get back, right? No, this one was so specific, to the point, simple and beautiful. It was literally just an everyday Joe Schmo saying, let's fix this thing, right? Obama at some point made it possible in some sorts of a way or another via a law that allows media and news outlets to give us their opinion and to lie to us and sway us and persuade us. And it's toxic. You can see how it has turned up the heat, if you will. Honestly, if it's not global warming, maybe it's just like our human bodies that are so stressed out. So like maybe we're like genuinely batteries just getting this place up. But the more I think about that, the more I wig out about AI, because I feel like it is going to be like the Matrix where eventually we are just the batteries. I don't want to be the battery. Okay, so let's poo-poo on the news, okay? Let's get back to that real quick. Listen, news, media outlets, all you mainstream mommies, okay? The ones that are tucking in everybody at night with their smooth voices talking about horrific events. Isn't that something? These people are weird. Like, genuinely weird. Sus bus. Go. Do not pass go. Do not collect any money. Go straight to utopia, an island of your own. Because why are they so fixated? Ever since this incel thing started, y'all, I can't. I genuinely can't. Like, I understand when certain people make their personal, private time, like everybody's business and it's a part of their being. That's fine, right? Like, that's totally fine. People can exist however they want. And if they're proud, loud and proud, then sing it loud, sing proud, right? Nothing wrong with that. Amazing. But at the same time, we do have to recognize that is just one tiny itty bitty small part of the entire person that human being is, right? But the issue part of it is when these news outlets and everything make that so, like, it's weird to me. It's just weird to me. Why do they care? Ugh, weird. They have been, like, genuinely, news, media, music, they have been far too fixated on anyone's celibacy, and it's weird. And let me just remind you, some people are celibate by choice, which does happen, by the way. Like, some people choose to not partake. Like, that does happen. And especially if you have had children or have children in your life, you're like, this leads to that. That's a lot of work. So there are people out there that like want better for themselves, that truly want it to be a genuine connection out of love, you know, and it's like pretty crazy how news and media outfits feel way too comfortable, like outing somebody's most personal business. I feel like that's like telling on someone if they're like not out of the closet yet and you're like, hey, fairy, and they're like, oh, like that's really terrible. That's a really terrible thing to do. Like people have kept who they are and like will keep who they are a secret because they don't want people to know, right? Or they're doing it out of self-preservation in a sense as well, right? That's why some people would do that. It's weird to me. I don't know what else to say about it. It's weird. It's nobody else's business. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop being like these young white male gamer incels. Like, stop. We get it. We see the picture you're trying to paint. It's somebody edgy that uses edgelord language. It's clearly not a lone wolf, which you guys kept telling us on the news. Remember that when they're like, lone wolf, lone wolf. Y'all, some of you have been at these places during these occurrences. Like, you've existed through that circumstance. What world is this? The remarks about his eyes alone really bother me. They're pretty repulsive. Like, calm down. I don't know. I really just don't like the whole cold, dead eyes. Like, who? What? Pardon you? What you perceive as cold and dead. You know, so who knows? Somebody else might be like, about like his eyes alone. I feel like that's pretty cruel and just it exposes who the real creeps are. You know. I'm curious. Did BK possibly know that they would be going through his phone and showing these pictures? That these pictures would eventually circulate? Because if he did, it looks like he left something for them to look at. Just a thought. The entire case feels like it's some type of test, you know, to see how much or how little we're truly paying attention. As soon as Steve G said, my daughter loves this stuff, you know, Kaylee was looking into this stuff. It really did stick with me. It's like, why was she so concerned about certain trafficking? Yeah! Now more than ever, we do have to use our discernment. You know, the stuff that BK was searching up, he was researching for school, and a lot of it does come off as a pretty normal dude. What truly happened that night? Why can't they be honest about it? And could Dylan have possibly run away that night and been that speeding car? The way she describes it to the officer is she says, when she's saying, I just walked in and shut the door, it sounds like she was expressing how she came through the front door, which would make sense, right? Because a car had just stopped and like seemed to drop someone off. So what if Dylan was coming through the front door, saw someone leaving out the side? You know what I mean? Like maybe she wasn't in her room, and I don't know why they didn't put it that way. Maybe they need her to be able to see Santa at some point, and that's why the cops placed her in her room. I'm not sure, but if you listen back to what she states, it sounds like she's coming in from outside from the front door, sees somebody in their home, and has a concern. Also, props to anyone still on this case, seeking out the truth for actual justice for these victims. It doesn't just go away because the wrong person possibly was prosecuted. It just doesn't. It doesn't give them true justice. One thing we certainly should consider is that maybe our reality is a bit more engineered than we even thought. That's all I got for now. Stay awake, stay aware, stay well. Don't forget, like, comment, sub, share, hype, do all that you're supposed to do. That's free. It really means a lot to me. I really do appreciate you guys. Check out my whatnot, where you can see lots of little goodies like these I make by hand for you with love. Look how cute those are. Okay, see you soon. Bye guys.